Forgiveness is essential because unforgiveness blocks our prayers and destroys relationships. Unforgiveness. Everybody we pray, forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. I look at some of you when you are saying that and I begin to laugh. Is there any man on the surface of the earth that people cannot offend? It's only a dead man. Even dead people talk about them. Are you there? That somebody is talking about you does not put you in a special class. They talk about everybody, especially people that are doing good. People talk about them. It is even more painful when you have done them no evil. It's more painful. When you have done them no evil and they are repaying you evil or good with evil. Joseph forgave his brothers and he declared in Genesis chapter 50 verse 20, he said, you thought evil against me, but God meant it for good, meant it for my good. You thought evil against me. Said, but God meant it for my good. When you forgive, you turn the focus from pain to purpose. You turn the focus from pain. It is painful, right? Or you turn the focus from pain to purpose when you learn to forgive. You know, sometimes our attitude is the attitude of God. You allowed this to happen to me. You will see. Yeah. That's the attitude of some people. God, why me? I used to tell people when they say, God, why me? Why not you? Why not you? Each time you say, why me? You know what they are saying? Why not the other person? You are wishing the other person evil. But the Lord called my attention to that thing during this week. Minister Twain. By the way, we missed you over the week. God called my attention to it during this week. And he said, each time there is a why me? He said, your question should be what? What for? What for? Everything God allows us to go through is what? It has a purpose. It has a purpose. Everything God allows us to go through has a purpose. It is better for us to know, to identify the purpose why God allows us to go through it, than to be asking God, God, why me? Why me? Ingratitude and unforgiveness, they are in the same class. Because unforgiveness too is ingratitude. There is a place God took you from. Anybody still wants to go to hell? Why do we need to be forgiven? We need to be forgiven because the joy of salvation begins with forgiveness. The joy of salvation, the journey of salvation also begins with forgiveness. We also need to seek forgiveness from others. Jesus Christ instructed that if you bring an offering, and you know that somebody has a hurt against you, what did he say? He said, drop it there. Go to him. Settle with him in the way. Go with him, but to him first. Go settle. A forgiving church is a healthy church. Not only you has the right to be offended. Are you there? Me too, I have a right to be offended because I am human. The way I offend you, maybe since I began preaching now, I began to preach this morning, I have offended you. I am just human. That same way, you too offend me. It's a two-way thing, sir. Two-way thing. Two-way road. Not so? We offend ourselves. If offense should be two-way, it's two-way. Forgiveness too is two-way. You are not the only one that has the right to be forgiven. You also have a duty to forgive others. Two-way. Sometimes I could be funny, no? Very, very funny. I will tell you one with the permission of my wife. When I want to really be the senior man in the house, one of them was, I said, I will be senior man for the next 24 hours. Senior man. And I started counting it. When it was 22 hours, I couldn't do it again. You know, senior man in that kind of business. You know? Does it happen? It happens. Okay. I'm not the only one who does that. Or can I tell you this? If you don't know how to forgive others, you have no right in this world to be forgiven by others. You have no right in this world also to be forgiven by God. People will say, not on this earth. We will not. Maybe when we get to heaven, that heaven self, you know, go make. You won't make that heaven. So don't wait for something that you won't make. When we probably, I don't want to have anything to do here on earth. Probably when we get to heaven, even that heaven self, your legs are shaking. Shaking. Because of unforgiveness. I will not lose my years of loving God. I will not lose my years of service. I will not lose my sacrifice in the lives of God's people over these years because of unforgiveness. Because of unforgiveness. Unforgiveness is costly. It's very, very expensive. But it is not worth her living. Unforgiveness. If you do senior man, no forgiveness, you do senior man for nothing. Forgiveness. The father of the prodigal son in Luke chapter 15, and even the prodigal son enjoy, they experience joy because somebody forgave. How do we walk in forgiveness? Number one, remember God's forgiveness towards you. Remember how God forgave you too. That's the first one. You make that your reference point. Number two, learn to pray for those who hurt you. When you don't pray for them, the pain will turn into bitterness. And your bitterness cannot show in the midst of bitterness. There cannot be any improvement in people's life. Can you imagine when you hold people in your heart and you refuse to forgive and you refuse to let go? Your life is going down the drain. You won't enjoy this world, you won't enjoy the world to come. Number three, release your right to retaliate. Release it. Yes, you have the right to retaliate, but release the right to retaliate or to get even. You did this to me, I will do my own. Do you know something? That's the way things escalate. Because if it gives you a punch like this, you want to do your own, you will want to give a punch that is harder. And it will now come with something that is bigger. And then you want to counter it with something that is harder. And then things will just escalate. When you retaliate, evil escalates. When you retaliate, evil escalates. Number 4, make forgiveness a lifestyle. 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 Make it a lifestyle. He hurt you. He did so to you. Yes. And that is how his mother did it to his father. That's your headache. You had one side of the story anyway. Make it a lifestyle. Make it a lifestyle. Human beings will be human. Let go and let God heal. And finally, because of my time, how to walk in forgiveness. Learn to accept forgiveness for yourself. Accept it for yourself. When you remember God's forgiveness towards you, you pray for those who hurt you, you release the right to retaliate, you forgive continually by making forgiveness a lifestyle, and you accept forgiveness for yourself. Forgiveness will unlock your peace. I know you may be wounded deeply, but when you forgive, you walk in the power of the cross. To forgive is to be like Jesus. To let go of offense releases the pain. Make a choice. Choose love over bitterness. Choose mercy over pain. Knowing that forgiveness does not change the past, but forgiveness transforms the future. I want you to stand to your feet this morning.